So now we're looking at our blank page and we're going to add an image to this page. So the instructions in the book tell you to go to your Insert tab here. Make sure you're on Common and select Image. And then from that drop down we're going to insert an image, a regular image, into the page. And it brings up this Select Image Source dialog box, and we're going to put our banner on this page that we had inserted or that we have on our index or our home page already. So we're in our assets folder because we had told Dreamweaver that by default that's where our images are going to be, and we just said we'd like to insert an image. So Dreamweaver assumes that the image is here in the assets folder, and it is. So I'm going to select that image and I'm going to click open, and my banner is now on my new spa.html page. Then I'm going to click to the right of the image so that it's not selected. I can see that it's selected now because of the black bounding box around it, so I'm going to click to the right of it so that it's deselected, and then I'm going to hit enter or return so that I'm on the next line beneath it, and I'm going to add a new image right beneath here. Now this new image is not yet in my assets folder. If you go back to your file panel, you'll see if you open your assets folder, the only image we have is that banner. So I want to insert an image from my data files. That image file is called cspalogo.png. So I'm going to go back to insert. I'm going to click image, and now I have to navigate to where my data files are, and they're on my desktop. So I'm going to go to my data files. This is in chapter 2 in my Dreamweaver folder, and in assets there I should find the cspalogo.png file. I'm going to select it, click open, and now I have that image on my page. And now one of the things that we want to do is we want to give to apply alternate text tag to all of our images. So we're going to do that by going down to this box here where it says Alt and typing the CSPA logo. And that gives us the alternate text tag. Now, so far we've done a lot of work with code that you don't see on the front end, but you can always go back and look into the code and see what you're actually doing. So here I am in the code, and I can see my paragraph that was when I hit enter. After my banner, I created a new paragraph tag, and then the image source equals, that's because I inserted an image, and it's located in assets/cspalogo.png. Now that tells it tells the browser that the image that goes in this spot is located in the assets folder, and that the name of the image is cspa_logo.png. Here's some attributes: the height and width of that logo, which is by default what it actually is, and then the alternate text tag that I just typed in called the CSPA logo. One thing to note here is that the image is located in your assets folder, and again, the reason it is in your assets folder, even though we took it from your data files, is because we told Dreamweaver that this assets folder was our default image folder, and so whenever we insert an image into our page, it should put it into that assets folder for us. If you see something in here that says a different path, something like C:// and a bunch of other stuff, back to your data files, then you did not do the previous step of telling Dreamweaver what your default image folder should be. And I would suggest that you go back and fix that, and then we would have to fix this image, because if you leave it as is and then you upload it to the web server, it's going to be a broken image when people are looking at it on the web. They don't have access to your data file folder. They're only going to have access to these files. These are the files that we're going to be uploading to the web server. So I'm going to flip back to design, and then I'm going to save my work. So I'll do File, Save, and now my spa.html tab here doesn't have that asterisk next to it anymore, so I know it's saved. Now the next step is to import some text from a Word document. If you're using a PC, you should have no trouble with this. You would put your cursor after the CSPA logo, and then you would go to File and Import, and you would see a selection for a Word document. This is not the case if you're using a Mac. If you're using a Mac, what we're going to have to do is a workaround and literally open the document and then copy and paste the text into our page. So what I've done is I've opened that Word document from my data files. It was here in my Chapter 2 data files. I opened it in Word. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of the text on the page and copy it with Command C. And then I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver and I'm going to paste it, Command V. That's going to paste all of the text from that Word document into my page. Now the next thing it tells you to do is to, from the commands menu, to use cleanupword.html, and we could still do that. We can select all of this text on the page and we can still go to command cleanupword.html. And it'll do that for us. It asks what do we want to remove, and I'm going to say everything. I want to make sure everything is selected and say OK. So all of those things are going to be cleaned up for me.